Hey, this is Malik Shahi for WatchMojo.com. You're about to discover the electronic artist Lights. Let's go check out the interview.
If you are a cliffhanger ending, I'm the one that doesn't know anything. Like you make pie and a ring.
So talk to us about your sophomore album.
Siberia. It's about, at this point, about a month and a half old. And it's definitely the right next step for me. I mean, the first record was very perfect and pristine and glittering and like everything is in its place and on tune. And this kind of turns that on its end and it's a bit grittier and a bit more the underbelly of electro, and it kind of took me from being electro pop to electro rock kind of thing. Brought in great collaborations like Shad, another great Canadian artist. Holy f, did some production on it, brings some degree of kind of gnarliness to it, and there's a bit of dubstep influence. It's a fun record.
From the Westeries, in any book I'll ever read, you'd be the line that sticks out to me.
And other than the dubstep influence, where'd you get your inspiration for this album?
The inspiration for it came from a few different places. I mean, content-wise, ironically, though the listening sounded a bit happier, it was actually a sad record for the most part. I mean, I was figuring a lot about myself. With this record, it came from a happier place. It's like a happy record, upbeat songs, whatever I was listening to at the time. Some darker electro stuff, you know, fellow Canadians, Crystal Castles, from some dubstep artists to Mon Cop, you know, Boys Noise, whatever you're getting, the sounds that are inspiring me at the time. And visually, I mean, I had this book of fantasy art that I took into the studio with me every day by an artist named Clyde Caldwell. And he does art for like Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons, heavy metal, you know, it's like very dark fantasy art. That, ironically, really influenced me for this record. I brought it in every day in the studio, whether I was doing vocals or writing. I had it open to a new page of like a woman battling a dragon. And there was something really special about that and otherworldly.
Oh, you capture my attention. Carefully listening, don't wanna miss a thing. Keeping my eyes on.
Talk to us about your first single, Toes, right?
Toes is a cool transitional track between the two records. It was kind of one of the first songs I'd ever written that was just kind of like, I don't feel like I have to get something off my chest right now. I'm just going to write about something that is, something that I feel right now, and it's really happy. And I remember kind of mapping out the bass line, just playing it on the keyboards, and it just became this really groovy, feel-good song. And it just ended up being about a place in your life where you are so infatuated, well, someone's so influential in your life that no matter what's going on around you, they're what keeps you on the edge of your seat and what keeps you excited for what's coming next. I think it's a great place to be, whether that's like romantically or with a friend or spiritually, you know.
Give me on my toes.
Where did the idea come for that song?
Just kind of came together. I mean, some songs come from a phrase that you get or this or that, but I think we just started, Togs and I, who wrote the song, we've been co-writing for years now. We just kind of started working on the music for it, and a sort of groovy bass pattern came in, and I had production ideas based on some things that I'd heard, some elements. I said, well, I want the vocals to be really thin here and this and that. So the songs started to come together without any lyrics. And then they just kind of started to fall into place, which is one way to do it. It's not how I always do, but it's definitely fun and it worked for Toes. One thing led to another, and I went home that night and kind of just worked on some lyrics, and that kind of fell into place.
Get me on my toes.